Guys, if these General Hospital rumors are even half true, Port Charles is about to get hit with a wave of shock, betrayal, and secrets so big they could flip the whole town upside down. I'm talking about exits, returns, and one dangerous mystery after another. And trust me, nothing in this summer setup feels random. It feels planned. It feels loaded. It feels like someone has been keeping a secret that is finally ready to explode. Right now, the canvas is shifting fast. Maxie is stepping away for a while. Kristina may be headed toward a major life change. Pascal has vanished under a cloud of trouble. Jason is rumored to be back in the mix. And the possibility of Spencer returning has fans absolutely spinning. But that is only the surface. Because the more I look at all this, the more I think Port Charles is being set up for a full-on domino crash. Let me start with Maxie, because her temporary disappearance already changes the energy in town. Kirsten stepping back for personal reasons is completely understandable, but from a story angle, it leaves a gap that GH may not just fill quietly. No, I think this kind of absence often means the writers are making room for something bigger behind the scenes. Maybe a mystery? Maybe a family shakeup? Maybe a storyline that forces other characters to move faster, lie harder, and react with more panic than they planned. But then we get to Kristina, and that is where things start to feel even more emotional. If she really leaves Port Charles to pursue her dream of becoming a doctor, then this is not just a goodbye. This is a fracture. We all know what that means for the Corinthos family. Sunny is already drowning in one crisis after another, and losing Kristina from the center of the family web would hit hard. I can absolutely see this turning into a story about sacrifice, about ambition, and about whether leaving town is her way of escaping all the chaos or finally becoming the person she wants to be. And honestly, if you ask me, Kristina leaving could also trigger something messier. Because when one family member steps away, the secrets left behind often rise to the top. Who gets blamed? Who covers? Who panics? Who tells the truth and who buries it? That is the kind of soap fuel that never stays quiet for long. But that is not even the biggest storm cloud hanging over Port Charles. Pascal has vanished, and that alone makes me raise an eyebrow. A character does not just disappear in a soap unless something deeper is simmering. The rumor is that he managed to make Sidwell furious, and that tells me this is not a simple exit. This feels like the kind of disappearance that is really a retreat, a cover-up, or maybe even a tactical move. And if Pascal is still holding dangerous secrets, then we are not talking about a finished story. We are talking about a live wire waiting to snap. I keep thinking about what kind of information he could have. Protection racket details? Hidden dealings? A betrayal that could wreck Sidwell's whole empire? If that is true, then Pascal might be sitting on the kind of secret that could blow everything wide open the second he comes back. And come on, that is exactly the sort of thing GH loves to do. A character disappears, everyone assumes they are gone, and then bam, they reappear with the one piece of information nobody wanted out in the open. But here is where the summer really starts heating up. Jason is back in the conversation, and that is a game changer. Whenever Jason Morgan returns, the temperature in Port Charles rises instantly. He is the kind of person who walks into a room and makes every liar sweat. If he really comes back this summer, I think he is going to be pulled right into the middle of the city's newest danger zone. And with the way things are lining up, I would not be surprised if Jason becomes the shield standing between the Corinthos family and a very ugly enemy. I mean, think about it. Sunny is already under pressure. Kristina may be leaving. Sidwell is a threat. Pascal may know too much. So what happens when Jason shows up right in the middle of all that? He does what he always does. He investigates. He protects. He starts connecting dots other people do not even realize are there. And maybe, just maybe, that is how a much bigger secret gets uncovered. Because I keep coming back to one crazy possibility. What if Jason's return is not just about the Corinthos family at all? What if it leads him to Spencer? Now that would be a twist. The idea that Spencer could still be alive has already lit up the fan base, and I get why. That is the kind of reveal that would not just shock Port Charles. It would detonate it. If Spencer comes back after all this time, the emotional fallout would be huge. Trina would be thrown into one of the most intense moments of her life. Laura would be devastated, relieved, furious, maybe all three at once. Nicholas would be forced to face consequences that never really disappeared. And the Cassadine family would be rocked from top to bottom. But what really gets me is the theory that Jason could be the one who finds him. Now that is the kind of soap twist I live for. Imagine Jason on some secret mission, maybe tied to the WSB, maybe tangled up in Sidwell's shadowy mess, and he stumbles onto a clue that changes everything. A trail, a hidden location, a message that does not make sense at first. Then suddenly the impossible becomes possible. Spencer is alive, or at least someone is hiding the truth about what happened to him. If that happens, then we are looking at one of the biggest reunions of the year. Not just because Spencer returns, but because his return would rewrite so many relationships at once. Trina's world changes. Laura's heart breaks open. The Cassadines get pulled back into danger. And Jason, once again, would be standing at the center of a secret nobody saw coming. But here is the part that really keeps me suspicious. What if Jason and Spencer do return around the same time for different reasons, but the same enemy connects them both? That would mean this is not just a family reunion story. It is a power struggle, a conspiracy, a full-blown secret war. And we have not even talked about Anna yet. Anna coming back makes total sense if the WSB is about to matter again. She has the experience, the instincts, and the kind of history that turns every investigation into a pressure cooker. So when a mysterious man like Tristan Roberts shows up in July, I am not buying that he is just some random newcomer. Not for 1 second. He feels like he belongs to a much larger puzzle. If you ask me, Tristan could be connected to intelligence work, hidden agendas, or even a covert operation that is already moving through Port Charles under everyone's noses. Anna is exactly the kind of person who would sense that something is off before everyone else catches on. And that means Tristan may arrive looking harmless, but end up tied to a secret that nobody sees coming. Then there is Scout, who is about to be aged up, and that usually means the writers want to open a new door. More mature stories, bigger emotional beats, more complicated choices. And honestly, I think that could create some interesting family pressure too, especially if the rest of the town is already spinning with secrets and disappearances. Serena returning is another sweet but potentially powerful move. On the surface, that reunion with Scotty and Lucy could be warm and emotional. But this is General Hospital, so even the soft moments can carry hidden tension. A return like that can reopen old wounds, expose unfinished feelings, or remind everyone that the past never really stays buried in Port Charles. It just waits. And that is really the theme of all these rumors, isn't it? Nothing stays gone. Not really. Not in this town. Maxie may step away. Kristina may leave. Pascal may vanish. Jason may return. Spencer may be hiding somewhere in the dark. Anna may be chasing new intelligence. And Tristan may walk in carrying more than he admits. Every single one of these pieces feels connected by one thing, a secret nobody is supposed to know yet. But the big question is this: is all of this happening by accident, or is there a plan already in motion? Because if Jason comes back and finds Spencer, if Anna uncovers Tristan's real purpose, and if Kristina's exit creates a hole in the Corinthos family at exactly the wrong time, then Port Charles is headed for a summer of betrayals, reversals, and explosive truth bombs. And once the first secret gets exposed, I do not think there will be any stopping what comes next. So I have to ask you guys, are we watching the setup for the biggest General Hospital shakeup of the year? Or is there an even darker secret still waiting to be exposed?
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.